we can do some. أقرب لكن بيريري في سجاجر من يبودي
Would you
مسببات.
have a lunch right
If
now?
you want, yeah. If you want, we can.
밥
Yeah.
드실 거예요?
Ana urniga nima предлагаете?
Observatoriya. Mana biz observatoriyani ko'rdik. Shohizinda Bibi xonimni ko'rmadik hali, faqat Shohizindan oz ko'ramiz. Observatoriyani.
Bundan keyin ovqatlansak bo'ladi.
마이크 테스트. 지금 사마르칸트 역에 도착해서 차량으로 사마르칸트 유적지로 이동하고 있습니다.
Parts 220 hectares under protecting of the UNESCO, and the old part from the 14th century till 19th century, and middle part from the Russian. We also the say Russian part because all these places was built by the Russians empire, and it was Russian kingdom from the 1865. They became USSR from the 1920 until 1991. We were under Russians. Then we became independent. Unusual, yeah. It's very different if we compare these others. And some of museums and some of madrasas, they was destroyed in 16th century by the earthquake. And this one you can see, this is a now museum because all information was in the corner of this place, but you couldn't find the remains. We don't know who was buried there. But from the graves, you can understand it's one of the big family in the Timurid dynasty. The original doors from the 1403, which was in the middle, nowadays there. Original doors from there. From the middle. Да, оригинальные двери, которые находились сначала по центру, потом перевели сюда. There are some books about museum of the Timurids. When in 1941 the Russians they opened the grave of the Timurids, they take some photo shoots and some documents, and they can found how to say the golden material from the grave of the Timur. And also here you can see when in 1405 Amir Timur died in the Otrar, in the Kazakhstan, they bring his body in there. This is original from that time. This stone onyx. Yes, it's very expensive stone. They bring this stone from the Iran. At that time, Iran was under this country. And why they use this stone? Because of at that time was not electricity. Every kind of the shine can light the room. They use this stone, even on the floor. I can show you. this is place. There was buried Amir Timur, Timurids. But first time this mausoleum was special for the grandson. First people was buried in 1403, grandson of the Timur, Muhammad Sultan. In 1405, Amir Timur also died in this area. In the middle was buried Amir Timur. But for special for his dynasty, he built the big mausoleum in the city where he was burned, 80 kilometers far from here. This city where he was burned, located 80 kilometers far from here, and this city called Shahrisabz. But before, this city called Kesh, city Kesh. And in this city, he built for his dynasty big mausoleum. Yeah, and but when he was in the Kazakhstan, when he died, they couldn't remove his body on his city Shahrisabz, because road was frozen and it was closed. They couldn't do it. Underground roads, tunnel special for his king, princess, because he was 35 year of his life he spent on the war, and all time here in the capital was his grandson or son. That's why if some people can conquer these areas, they can run away. They do underground tunnel special for the prince and princess for his family.
It's kind of bunker here. Excuse me.
저기 한국 단체 관광객들이 보입니다.
O'zbekiston ozod aytishmi hozir? Bizlar yosh askardek o'g'il bolalar. Bizlar yosh askar.
In the architecture, everywhere you can read same Allahu Akbar Muhammad. Allahu Akbar and Muhammad. school, but they have additional words oliya. Oliya, it's mean high madrasa. It's mean high educational center.
Like university?
Yes, of course, this is university. And they never planned build all these sites in one time. Every building was built in different periods. For example, this part was built in 1417 and they call this Madrasa Oliya Mirza Ulugh because owner was Mirza Ulugh. And first university in Central Asia was this one. They started building in 1417 and they finished 1420. In 3 years, they can finish and it was like university. Till 15 years old, they can study in a simple schools, in madrasas. After graduating the madrasa, secondary school, they can come here, and after the exam, they pass the exam, then they can continue. And study was pay. If they couldn't pay with the money, with the coins, they can pay with the sheeps, roasters, or something else. And this part they call the Madrasa Mirza Ulugh and an entrance for
15世紀からオフィシャルになります。誰のおかげですか？ではないけど。
Here studied 10 students. For the 10 students, one mudarris. It means teacher. And they have special stairs for the second floor. They sit on the floor, and that's why one big room was enough for 10 students. And some rooms was only for 2 or 3 students. Some of them we can see now. Овна, микроволновку для тоже можете использовать. Все, у них трехразовый обжиг, минимум. Минимум трехразовый обжиг у них. И у каждого мастера есть да, свой способ приготовления глины.
On the upstairs, they make
2층으로 올라가고 있습니다. 계단이 좁아. 어두워.
These original walls and things. Yeah, all these books they use in this university, in this madrasa Oliya. Yeah. Also, pencil they use not first, they use the kind of the pencil sort of, and also they use pencil case, wooden pencil cases. This is water jug. Here they use also the Persian books and Arabic books. Read the Quran and learn by heart. Here original Quran from them. Also they use liquid.
Bir saatda bir borib qaytib kelsa.
After 200 years, they start to build. That's why they change little bit colors. You see, they start to use green, yellow, and brown. You see? And the windows also the change. Little bit bigger than the last. But here, they have no mosque. Why? Because in the entrance portal was painted real things like animals and face of the people. That's why it's not allowed to pray inside of this madrasa. And even in the rooms, we never choose it. Yes. In 40 years he ruled, but in the end of his life, he was conquered by his son Abdulatif, and he was killed by his friends. And Abdulatif ruled after him only 6 months. After 6 months, he also was killed by his friends, who killed his father. And why we say Abdulatif father killer? Because when he know about his father's death, he not punished nobody, no? That's why we say nowadays Abdulatif is father killer. But other side was destroyed totally by the religion peoples because of his say. Everything we must study separate because in our country knowledge was depend on the Quran. But Mirza Ulugh he wants to do everything separate, like knowledge and also the religion. And that's why after his death, this area was destroyed by religion peoples in 1450. Nowadays, only little part is left from the observatory, and totally it was 55 meters. You can take a picture, then we will go to the
Poi loro erano sopravpenso e vedevano dove illuminava, facevano tutti i disegni. Lì cominciano a capire che la luna fa gira ellittico, il sole, le stagioni.
This is Great Silk Road. Great Silk Road starts from 2nd BC century, and it starts from the China till the Turkey. In the middle was located Samarkand. Rome, it's a Turkey. Old name of the Turkey was Rome. And the China, it's called the Hanbalak. In the middle, you can see the Samarkand. That's why Amir Timur chose his capital in the Samarkand because it was the middle of the Great Silk Road. And this is his grave. In the left side was a school, right side was dormitory. Yeah. And here, big empire of the Timur, map of the Timur. This is his family tree, 4 official sons, and from the first son, Mirza Ulugh Beg.
agences de voyage. Dost kasa.
Hayla tüyle yaptı. Hayla ano tüyle yaptı. Ano şey. This is Naz Anya. There was buried architecture and neighbor of the Timur, and he was not from the royal family. That's why there was buried only one person. He was architecture, and first time in these areas they start to use red colors in this mausoleum. And he was a Shia. In Islam we have Sunnis and Shia, and how we can understand he was a Shia? Because in the decorations they used 12 names Shia Imams. That's why we can understand. And in the side of this circle you can read in Arabic language 99 name of the Allah, which was noted in the Quran. You can go inside and see. Again, Muhammad, Allahu Akbar.
This is a word.
Everywhere words in Arabic, even in the minarets. Yeah. In the dome, you see the lines big, yeah? They have 64 lines. What does it mean? Our Prophet died when he was a 63-year-old and 1 year plus when he was inside of the mother, and 64 lines they have. From Saudi Arabia, but for the Central Asia, it was spread from here. This special, there was every room special for the spreading the religion. This person, Qusam ibn Abbas, he was a cousin of our Prophet, and he decided to spread the religion in Central Asia, and this person was first person who spread religion. And here you can see stairs. When you go up, you must count and make your wishes, and we come back. Also, we must count and make your wishes. Yes, yes. If the number of the steps is the same, your wishes come true. If you confuse it and the step count is not same, Allah clean all your bad things in your life.
Одели узбекские наряды.
Who pray in the mosque.
아, 오케이.
Yeah.
Imam.
Yeah, imam. And they
Prayer.
was buried. Yeah, prayer. Ah. And this one, one of the general soldiers of the Timur, he wants to continue his work. His big dream was conquer to the China, but he couldn't do because his grandsons they fight with each other for the kingdom. The first wife of the Timur, one of the last wife of the Timur. And Amir Timur, he said, you start very fast. And this place must be destroyed very fast. That's why every person who participated in the building, they all was killed. And there was big gates, big metallic gate where was mixed 7 different kind of the metals. And in the end of the 18th century, country became a crisis. They take these gates and they map and they do the coins. Yeah. You can take pictures.
Come in, but don't go to the bazaar.
아주 뭐야? 이거는
Birinchi boynini aytdi, birinchi maktab ochgan qizlar uchun o'limidan keyin.
Ha, az numerini vereceğiz. Bu takım geldi. Bu yan bagzada da böyle yaptı.
이게 여기 땅이라고 합니다.
Sweets. Yeah, it's
Turkish delight.
Turkish. Yeah, you can try, please.
아,
Share, please. You didn't like? No. Okay, let's go. Халва еп көресіз
네.
Вы хотите попробовать халву?
Вы хотите пробовать? Здравствуйте.
Да, попробуйте, вы потом все попробуйте, посмотрите. Да.
Это как нуга? Нет.
Вот нуга.
Батон.
Это
А это халва молочная, да.
Okay, we can see from here. Вот здесь. Yeah. We will try everything.
Да, нам пахнет.
And it's very. This is protein, natural protein. Протеин натуральный.
Это Nut.
Please try this one.
땅콩이야? 아, 갈증나. 아몬드도
안에
아몬드.
걸 넣는 거지?
아, 먹어도 돼. 아, 맥주 땡긴다, 맥주 땡겨.
Sublimation,
Oh.
strawberry.
스트로베리.
드라이드.
Dried? Yeah, sublimation, not dried, it's sublimation. When
꽃감 같은 거다. 꽃감. 말린 딸기. 딸기 과자 맛 나네. 이거 막 집어 먹어도 되나?
몰라.
막 집어 먹는 거?
가이드라고 막 집어넣는 거.
호두.
그거 진짜 신선하다.
딸기 과자 맛있다. 드라이드 딸기 맛있어.
얼린 다음에 수분만 빼는
어.
거.
동결 건조. 딱히 뭐 살 건 없어. 구경하는 재미.
시겠죠.
아우 더워. 아 덥다.
두둑장.
마트로 çıkar.
5 ve diğerlerini birerlik. Şunu 5 dolar, diğerlerini birerlik.
케이크 한국 그대로 갔다 왔네.
5.
Şey şahzade yer daha hazır olma.